Hey team, Master Schiele here. Today we're going to hit the top 5 secrets to martial arts success. Now, before we start this video, I want to be very clear. I am not going to hit the usual things. Go to class, train, hold yourself accountable. I made this list because I want you to take yourself to the next level. I want you to have some tools that can really make you the best martial artist that you can be. So with that, let's get started. The first one, and probably the most important one of them all, is I need you to choose the right mentor. By choosing the right mentor, I mean your instructor, your sensei, your sabanim, whatever you call them, you need to choose the right one. Because what happens is, the more time you spend with them, you pick up their habits and you become an extension of who they are. Right? That's how it's passed down. Martial arts is passed down from instructor to student, from instructor to student. That student eventually becomes an instructor and passes it down. So it's very important that you choose the right instructor for who you want to be. Now, a couple things that I like to look for. Number one, look at their track record. Look at their black belts. Look at how long they've trained in the martial arts. Look at these things. I personally am a full-time martial artist. This is all I've ever done. This is all I ever will do. So what happens is I've dedicated my life to this. I think that's important. Now, it doesn't mean that that's the only thing you need to look for, but you want somebody that really lives and breathes the martial arts way, because with that, that's what's going to take you to that next level. Another thing I like to look for is making sure that you have an instructor that you can share your goals with. If you have an instructor that has their own goals for you, I think that's great, but you also need to share your goals on how you want to be. A great instructor, a great mentor is going to teach you the things that they know, but they're also going to be a coach for the goals that you have. And I think the combination of them both is what really will help that. So, number one is choose the right mentor. Let's go to number 2. Now, for number 2, I like to hit this because, no pun intended, because you're going to see why in a second, but this is a saying that we say a lot in the martial art world, and it goes like this: the nail that sticks out the most gets hammered first. See why I said no pun intended? All right, let me say that again. The nail that sticks out the most gets hammered first. So what does that mean? That means that as a student, your job is you need to stand out to your instructor. Now, all instructors, we love all of our students, and I can say that, right? We love all of our students, and we are so grateful for you. However, we do see and we notice the students that put the extra work in. That's what I mean. Do you ask questions? Do you show that, hey, if I give you something to work on, are you practicing it, right? Are you saying, hey, I wanted to throw an email and say, what you showed me the other night was great. I've been practicing every night. These are the things that we like to see because A, it means that we're not just, wasting our breath on you. You're showing that you're receiving it and you're taking that criticism and that instruction and you're working with it and you're striving with it. So the nail that sticks out the most gets hammered first. I need you to stick out as best as you can in a positive way, showing your instructor that you are all business and you want to take yourself to the next level. By doing that, trust me, we feel that and we want to help you get yourself to that next level. All right, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is I want you to remember that you are a martial artist inside and outside the school. What does that mean? Well, that means it's very simple. When you're in here, we try to hold ourselves to the highest position that we can be, right? We're showing the best version of ourselves. We're showing no weakness. We're training hard. We're saying we're made of heart. But here's what happens. If you don't do the same thing outside, you're not living that life. So I want you to live the same person that you are as a martial artist inside and out of here. So for example, what would you do if you were surrounded by martial artists? Well, that should be how you act, right? If you act a certain way when you're around martial artists, if you're not around martial artists, how can you step up? How can you hold yourself, right? You need to make sure you hold yourself to that standard of the martial arts way. In martial arts, we call it a black belt in disguise, and it's something I teach my kids, but it works for everybody. What's a black belt in disguise? Well, that means that we feel a certain way in our uniform. We hold ourselves a certain way. Now, what happens is, when you're not in uniform, I need you to still hold yourself that way. The way you walk, the way you act, that's a black belt in disguise. So that's what I mean by remember you're a martial artist inside and outside the school. All the great things that we use in here, I want you to take it out there in the real world and live it. All right, let's get to the next one. Number 4, martial arts is a lifestyle. Okay, martial arts is a lifestyle. This kind of goes with number 3 a little bit, but you have to remember, I like this analogy and I want you to think about this. If you say to yourself, I want to get healthy, okay, and you do all the things to get healthy, and then after you get healthy, you say, all right, I'm healthy, and then you start going down and you start eating junk food and you put all that work in to get healthy, and then you go the opposite direction. Well, that's never the goal, right? The goal is to get healthy and stay healthy. The goal of martial arts is to live that lifestyle. I want to get into martial arts and I want to maintain being a martial artist, right? One of the things I never like it when I hear it, but I want to try martial arts out. I want to see what it's like. That's great. Try it out. But you have to hold some goals for yourself when you're trying it out too. Don't just say, I want to try it, because you're never really dedicating yourself. I want you to really embrace it. What do? Maybe you're in the beginning stages, set a goal. Set a goal. With my students, I say your first year is the most important. Why? Because that's the amount of time it takes to make you a martial artist. Very simple. That first year, set yourself for that goal, and then set a new goal after that. But don't just try things out. Don't just say, all right, I'm a martial artist inside of here, and then when I walk out, I'm a completely different person. No. You need to embrace the martial arts lifestyle. By embracing it, that's what takes you to the next level, and that is one of the key secrets to becoming the best martial artist you can be. All right, let's hit our last one, number 5. Here we go. I want you to take a good look at the people that you surround yourself with. I want you to take a good look at them. The 5 people that you spend the most time with, the 5 people that you spend the most time with are the 5 people that are going to influence you the most. And I want you to think about something. These 5 people, go through that list. Doesn't matter what age you are. If you're a kid, if you're an adult, wherever you are, look at those 5 people. There's one thing that we want to make sure those people do more than anything else. Do they lift us up and hold us to the higher version of ourselves, or do they hold us down and weigh us down? If you look at every person in your life that you spend that time with, if they're not embracing you, if they're not lifting you up, they are holding you down. And it's almost like a weight, right? You don't need weight holding you down. You need people that lift you up and hold you to the highest version of yourself. They hold you accountable. They are proud of your goals. They're sharing in those accomplishments. Those are the people that we need to spend the most time with. That is key. I've always loved the martial art culture, because in the martial arts world, we all hold ourselves up. I started as such a young kid, and throughout all my years of training, my entire life, I've always surrounded myself with the right people, and those people were the ones that always lifted me up. When I had somebody weighing me down, I tended to put them to the side a little bit, because I can't have that weighing me down in life. You can't either. So look at the 5 people that you are spending the most time with, okay? Doesn't mean you don't love them, doesn't mean whatever, but if they're holding you down, if they're weighing you down, you need to spend a little less time with them and spend the right time with the right people. All right, let's go through that list one more time, and then I have a bonus one for you. So number 1, choose the right mentor. Number 2, the nail that sticks out the most gets hammered first. Number 3, remember you are a martial artist inside and outside of the school. Number 4, martial arts is a lifestyle. And number 5 is be careful who you surround yourself with. Very, very important. Now, the last one is the most important, all right? It is have fun. That is what we're doing. That is why we want to be martial artists, the first thing, right? I want you to have fun. If you're having fun, it's never hard to do, all right? I hope this video was helpful. Please like it, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Take care.